What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Big Striller, Strill, Striller Main, whatever you want to call me. I'm here, beautiful day in the H, about to do a 6-month review of my Osmo Pocket, my favorite vlogging camera, and I am doing also a 6-month review of my electric XP e-bike. So back to the Osmo Pocket. This is basically the form factor and the setup that I use most when I'm using this camera. It has a cheap AliExpress gimbal protector that I bought for maybe $3 to $5 online. You probably get it on Amazon too, or eBay. And what that does is protect the gimbal so I can easily slide it in and out of my pocket, as I'm doing right here. As you can see, well, I'm trying to do it one-handed, but as you see, it slides in, boom, no problem. Take it in and out of my pocket. But what I do is I do break down and take the external mic off. The mic is an EDUTIGE. It's about $27 on Amazon, and I just simply love this microphone. I also have one on my Canon M50, which I'm shooting with right now. I'm shooting in 60 frames per second right now. I probably could brighten it up a little bit, but I'm just gonna leave it where it is right now. Yeah, so that's what's going on with the Canon. So I have the same microphone. It's pretty breezy out here. I don't know if you can see the trees moving or not. And you just hear the leaves moving around the ground, getting blown around. So the wind muff for this thing works pretty damn good. I got the same wind muff and setup on here. It's omnidirectional. I also have a boom mic for my Canon, but I prefer the EDUTIGE over the boom mic because it just makes my Canon so much smaller. And of course on this it's perfect. It doesn't draw much electricity, or at least I don't think it does on the battery life or whatnot. So let me fire up the Osmo so I can show you my Canon setup. And that brings me to another point. On the Osmo, I have a wheel on it, gives you pan and tilt action with a switch right here that you can go back and forth. And this is definitely a must-have accessory, I think, as far as the Osmo is concerned, along with the microphone adapter. Okay, so got the Osmo fired up. Let me make sure my exposure, I changed to 60 frames for 24p on here too. So now I'm recording from here. So now you can see the fuzzy mic on my Canon M50. Also with my little UltraPod 2 that I've had forever, before I even got this Canon M50 or my Osmo Pocket. I love this particular tripod. It's just a handy little thing. But anyway, I just wanted to show the microphone. So I got the microphone right there, the EDUTIGE on my Canon M50, and I also have one on here. So I invested in 2 of them because I just like it that much, and I didn't want to have to swap back and forth to lose one or the other. Tilt wheel, it also gives you a one-click button to turn the camera around like that, so I can look at myself on here, which comes in handy because if you don't have it and you're out filming, vlogging, you're hitting this button 3 times, like, okay, if I use the standard button that comes on the camera, which is this one that changes, you go 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, it didn't work. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There we go, flips around. So you can actually hear that clicking when you're filming, and it's something people probably don't hear or even notice, but to me it is annoying, and I notice it, so it is something that annoys me. So anyway, with this button right here, just one click, boom, turns around. It just works, so I like it like that. So that's one feature. Okay, so that's why you need the wheel. That's why I like this. As you can probably see, the paint's been scraped off around the base right here on my camera. That's due to this, like I said, it's cheap gimbal cover. That's one thing, the cons of this thing that I don't like. But you know, once it got scuffed, I got over it. As long as it don't damage it, it helps protect it. Otherwise, the little paint doesn't bother me. But it's still the best option for sliding in and out of your pocket, especially with the attachments on it. The normal case, which is right here, with the wheel attached to it, I cannot slide this into here. Well, no, it doesn't. It don't fit in there quite. I can't close it. So that's one reason I don't use this case so much. And plus, it's cumbersome. It's bulky, bulkier than this. So with this little thing, I can slide it easily in my pocket, but you know, no stress. Separate the mic, put that in there. That's that's the main reason why I love this. Like with my Canon, especially vlogging at home, I've noticed a lot of other YouTubers have a phobia about vlogging at home, especially with a big vlog camera situation. With this, I have no hesitation taking it everywhere with me. I leave the house. If I think I'm going to do anything out of the norm, I'll take it with me. And so like if something happens or something interesting I want to vlog about, I got it right there. I also keep this with me, filters for this Osmo Pocket. So I got a wide angle. I can keep this in my pocket as well. So if I need a wide angle or ND filter, I can use that. I forgot my ND filter for my kit lens on my Canon, so that's why the sky is washed out right now. I just dropped the camera down to f/16, so you can see it's a beautiful sunny day. I just wanted y'all to see that the sky is not blowing out and white like it is. It's actually a beautiful day here in the city. So let's see if I can change it back. So that's that. Okay, what are other pros to this camera? You can take it anywhere, it's pocketable. Oh yeah, and it doesn't draw a lot of attention. We all know what's going on right now. There's a lot of hysteria and whatnot going on right now. So I was able to take this in the grocery store and kind of give a overview of what's going on here locally in my neighborhood grocery store. Alright. A lot of meat missing. And I was able to have this camera, and nobody really knows. A few people noticed it or whatever, but I was able to film and vlog about the current state of affairs here, excuse me. And you know, I didn't feel self-conscious or whatever. That's what's another great advantage of this camera. I love that about it. What are some of the cons? Mounting options for this camera are limited, and they're rinky-dinky, and they are expensive. Using a tripod or putting it down on a table, things like that, when you're not using the handheld, is inconvenient. Instead of tripod mounts and everything like that, it can be done fast, but like I can't use the bottom on the adapter I have. This is my favorite one right here. I forget who makes it. When it's in this case, I'll put it in here real quick. First of all, I have to remove the wheel, and then I have to slide it in here, adjustment wheel, put that back on. All right, so it has a bottom 1/4 inch mount for a tripod, and it has a side one right here. Now, if I want to use my microphone, put it in there, there's really no clearance to connect a tripod to it, especially if you just got a wide circular base ones that usually come with it. So you got to suffer with a crappy audio if you mount it from the bottom. If you mount it on the side over here, that gives you clearance for the microphone, but then it's awkward to mount it. That's one of the drawbacks of this thing, definitely. What else can I think of? I guess being that it's a fixed lens, everybody knows that it's a pretty narrow field of view, which isn't the end of the world. Like you put the wide lens adapter on it, which definitely helps. So I'm gonna put the ND filter on the camera. I haven't lost it just that quick. That's another thing. I lost my ND32, which is my darkest filter that came in my little Sunny Life pack. So the darkest ND filter I have now is the ND16, which I'm about to put on the camera right now, so you might be able to tell the difference. Okay, and that's the thing about these filters, they're a little fidgety. If you don't put them on there totally square, then they can fall off, or if you try to put this on here and transport it, you could lose it, which I think I did with my other ones. Try to like stick it on here after I was done and without taking the filter off, and it fell out of my pocket or somewhere else. At least I think that's what happened. So we got the ND filter on now, so should be able to control the shutter speed better using that. Oh yeah, okay, back to my tripod. So as you see, I got this Velcro strap on the UltraPod 2, and I'm able to strap my camera to the bench right here, this park bench. So that's one thing that makes this thing very useful and diverse. I like it over like a GorillaPod or anything like that, because like GorillaPods are cool, but once you set it flat on a surface and you want like a flat surface and you want your tripod level, those things are hard or next to impossible to level out the thing. But with this one, I'll show you later on, you can set it down, get a level shot, and go about your business without worrying about your camera falling over or whatever. And it's got the Velcro strap, so you can strap it on tree limbs, poles, things like that, to make taller tripods while you're out in the field. It's just very diverse, and I've had this thing for years, and it's been solid, no issues. When I can't take a bigger tripod or I just don't feel like it, I just love it. So I definitely recommend this piece of equipment. It is awesome. Now back to the Osmo Pocket. Okay. Oh, Wi-Fi connectivity for this. I have a Samsung phone, Galaxy S9 Plus, and just DJI products hooking to Samsung phones is just a headache. With my Mavic Air, I've never been able just to hook my phone to it directly without the remote control. I think I figured it out with the Osmo Pocket how to do that, and it probably translates to the Mavic Air too. But you have to go into the settings, turn off a lot of the Wi-Fi settings, turn off your mobile data, things like that to get the Wi-Fi adapter to work on the Osmo Pocket Wi-Fi. I didn't know that for the longest, so I was having a hard time connecting it, this, that, and other. And I still don't use it that often because I'm not able to use my microphone. If you put the adapter on the bottom, you can't use a nice external microphone, and that's where this thing really shines. I put this external mic in here, and the audio is great. The audio from the Osmo Pocket by itself is crappy at best. It's too thin, it's too tinny. Matter of fact, I will do a demonstration now. So right now I have the EDUTIGE mic plugged into here. So I'm about to disconnect it and show you the difference of the audio. Yeah, I just disconnected it. Hopefully it is picking up the audio now. You probably hear more wind noise. My voice is probably not as, it doesn't have as much bass in it. And it's just overall not as good. So that's that. So I'm gonna plug it back in. Okay, now I'm about to put the microphone back in and we'll see the difference. The microphone's plugged back in. Now, okay, it should be hopefully picking back up. So now you hear the audio with the microphone, the external microphone plugged in, which I know is a lot better. I don't even have to guess or convince anybody like, oh, your imagination is not as good. It's really a big difference. And let me show you the microphone. So you see I got this dead cat. I bought that third party from Amazon. I also got one on this microphone on my Canon here. So as you see, how I have that secured is the EDUTIGE, about to show it to y'all, already comes with a wind muff right there, but as a lot of you may know, these don't do it. They stop some wind noise more, or maybe a popper blocker if you're talking into it, but the extra bulbousness of this helps keep this secure. I never had it fall off or anything like that. So, but if I take this off, so that's how small this thing is. Like, it is tiny. It is okay, it's the EDUTIGE ETM001. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but anyway, I'll put it up so y'all can see. Awesome little microphone. I mean, you can probably tell by the audio quality how much better it is. Any other cons to this? Low light could be better. f2.0 is pretty good. I mean, that's not the worst. My lowest light lens I have on my Canon right now is an f2.0. My 20mm, I believe, my pancake lens, and I love it for low light footage. I want to get the Sigma 16mm f1.4, and that'll be like a super low light beast. So low light on performance on this is okay. Like, it's not gonna get you outside pitch black performance, but if you're in the club, bar, anywhere that's got moderate light, not in the dark cozy parts of it, but like dance floor or things like that, it performs pretty well. You know, you get in the darker areas, then you'll definitely see grain and things like that. So it's tolerable. I would like to have a less than f.2.0. There's f1.8. It'd be great for low light, but maybe they'll work on that in the next edition. What else? Would I recommend this camera in 2020 until they come out with a new one? I definitely would. No telling how they're going to upgrade this, make it better. I would like to see, like, maybe they make a one with an APS-C size sensor to get better low light performance, just better. What else? Oh yeah, built-in mic where you don't need an adapter, tripod mounts, things like that. Even if they made it a little bit slightly bigger, I would like to see those things. Change detachable lenses, maybe a zoom lens down the line, something like that. That'd be cool. I mean, it'd be kind of, as small as the components are, that might be kind of hard. You lose things like that, but I think they could pull it off. What else? I don't know, but overall I love this camera. It's great. It's not perfect, but it is a very good tool. The video quality is decent. Sometimes the focus doesn't nail focus all the time, especially if you got something close to it. It misses focus, like when you put things close to it, especially if you don't have it hooked to your phone or something like that, with a bigger screen where you can actually see how well it's focused, because this tiny screen here, you can't really see much on it. All you can see is what you're framing, but it's hard to tell if it's in focus or not. So yeah, that could be better. I never use this with the phone. I have a cable that I can plug into my phone through the box. Maybe that'd be good for setting up time lapses or things like that if I had it on a tripod, something like that. But as I was saying, I don't really use a tripod that often, so I just shoot handheld with this a lot of times. So that's the main thing. Can't think of anything else.